Well, hey everyone, it's Sunday and I'm just hopefully going to be making a very short video here, but one with a little bit of substance. I did want to ask you guys a question, a collection related question. But I had just been snapping just a couple of pictures of little Mishka Theodore here with his little elephant lovey, and he's still wearing the outfit that came in the prize package from Tracy at Aloha Babies. And this muslin blanket is also from her, so the patterns match his pants. So I wanted to show him real quick for you. I'm actually going to change Niklaus and try something on him it's a little different than the usual outfit. So, but here's Mishka, guys. Just wanted to show you this little sweetie. All right, I'm gonna get Niklaus here and we'll be back and we'll chat. Okay guys, so I'm back and we are here with the star of the show. This is Mr. Thomas Niklaus. He is pretty much my favorite baby. He is definitely was my first magical experience, and there is just something about him, and he is irreplaceable. So I'm going to go ahead and change him. Let me show you what I'm changing him into real quick, and then we'll chat. So I'm going to put him in a sleeveless onesie, just so that there's less to fidget with. But this is probably going to be a little large on him. So this is a really cute vintage Carter set, very vintage. You can see that this is actually 6 months, 14 to 17 pounds. So it's going to be big on him, but that's okay. I want to see. So it's terry cloth. So I want it, it's kind of like a post-bath type thing. And the design is this satin bear with yellow and turquoise embroidery. So I'm going to put these little leg warmers on him too. So we're going to see how it works out, because he is a tiny, tiny little guy. He doesn't look so sure about it, huh? So we'll go ahead and change him. And what I wanted to ask you guys is, you know, we've chatted before and we've done tags before about, you know, describe your ideal reborn. You know, if you're designing your perfect reborn from the ground up, what would that be? Boy, girl, eyes open, all that stuff. So it's not exactly what I'm thinking on today. Today I'm thinking about if you could start over today, brand new in the hobby, with no dolls, but carrying with you the knowledge that you've gained through your experience, all of your experience in studying and watching videos and talking with people, and also your experiences, if you have them, in buying and selling, all of it, right? The experience of the doll, the experience with the artist. What would you do differently now than what you have done so far? If you could start over with a clean slate and a clean experience, you know, what would you do differently? I'll go first. So first off, I would definitely have waited to learn more. And I would have waited until I was organized to spend more. My first doll expenditure was not very high. I paid it was for a brand new custom doll. I paid like $200 or something like that, plus shipping, which is great. It was great. He was adorable. And I'm just talking about dolls that I've gotten for myself. Okay, I'm not going to talk about gifted dolls. Just gonna maintain the back of his hair real quick. I had wet it and brushed it before I started filming with him, and every time I move him, it's going to get messed up. But if I can keep straightening it out before it gets too crazy, I'll prevent tangles. The next thing I would have done differently is I would have learned the best practices for winning eBay auctions. Look at my little boy in his little sleeveless onesie, you guys. Sweet little boy. I would have still gotten him though, that is for sure. Okay. Yes, because I've shared this story before, so some of you have heard it, about the first Atticus. This kit that Niklaus is the Atticus kit by Laura Lee Eagles. He is the second of his sculpt done by his artist. The first one was an auction that I bid up over the course of, you know, like 7 or 10 days and bid myself right out of winning the auction. And I'm pretty sure I was bidding against one main person. So I probably could have won that auction. The third thing I would have done differently is I would have kept it to myself a little bit more. Now, I was able to bring this doll home with the help of my husband. So I did a little barter with him, saved him a little bit of money, and, you know, so it worked out for both of us. But I think I wouldn't have involved anyone else in my decision making, so that I didn't really need to. It didn't become a group decision thing on how my collection went. Because I definitely will not choose dolls over my relationship. Like, that's not going to happen. And if I had across the board issues if I had across the board issues where, you know, control was and those, I don't know what you would say, control or whatever was an issue in more than just the doll thing, then yeah, that would be something to question, but it isn't. There's just something about this particular topic that we don't see eye to eye on. But I wouldn't choose the hobby over him. But I also know that some people are freaked out by it and they don't get it, and depending on how people are, some people have a harder time empathizing for things that they don't understand and they can't relate to. And so I wouldn't have made it a group topic. And I think some of that is because, you know, I ended up making friends in the hobby. In the beginning I didn't, so it was like, who else am I going to talk to but the person who I live with about what's going on. So that's the second thing. The third thing, I mean, that was the third thing. Okay. Oh, you look so grumpy. And you also look very big. There we go. There's my sweet boy with the little glassy eyes. The fourth thing I would have done is I would have learned more about materials and technique. And that's an interesting one because I wouldn't trade him. I would not buy him. I would buy him tomorrow if I didn't already have him. I love him, okay? I don't love the Delta Dawn hair. And I actually had a second doll from Wendy that also had the Delta Dawn hair, and it's just so difficult, and it definitely prevents me from some of the interaction that I might otherwise have with the babies because everything messes up their hair. This is definitely a very funky and eclectic outfit we have going on here. The green is something different. We're going to try and tie it together with a pacifier. What a sweet boy, though. Yeah, so I would have learned, I would have really studied a little bit more, because I feel like there's knowing what you're buying is a big part of it, and then also having the money to buy it is a second big part of it. And there are some artists that blow my mind, just absolutely blow my mind on the regular. Most of them are from Russia, but I mean, their price point's pretty high, but the technique that they use is kind of otherworldly almost. And I think I probably, knowing how my collection size would be small and knowing what my preferences are, I would have waited a little bit and saved. And I think that's still to some extent a little bit of the challenge when you get that bug in you and you get that love in you for a particular doll, or to get a doll. Sometimes the patience thing wins out over the long run smart choice. And so let's see if I can recap. 1, I had said I would have saved. That's kind of like what I just said in this last one. 2, I said I would have learned eBay best practices. These are water wipes, you guys. They're not alcohol wipes. They're just water. He hasn't been covered up, so I just want to do a little wipe. I already have done. Helps to wet his hair a little bit too. I did his eyes not too long ago with the little brushes to get any dust out. So 2 was eBay best practices for winning auctions. 3 was learning more about, 3 was keeping it to myself. 4 was learning more about materials. And 5 was learning more about the styles and techniques that I liked, and even employing a little more patience in purchasing if that's what it took to afford that particular doll. Even though I know it's just dampness and I'm just wiping him, I still get paranoid seeing him wet like this. I want to like dry him off. All right, so what do you guys think of his little outfit? It's so different for Niklaus from what I'm used to. I'm going to take you off the tripod so you can see some different angles with him, but I kind of dig it. It's a little funky. It's different. And we're going to get him one of his new tiny tatty teddies from Peter Pan Nursery. I'll put it over here. What a cutie pie. All right. Okay, so what would you do if you could make today? What would you do differently if you could make today day one of your reborn hobby, but you got to keep all of the experience that you had gained throughout your time collecting? What would you do differently to make it as best of an experience as you could? I definitely can't wait to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of this outfit on him. I know it's such a different look for Niklaus. I like it. I think he's cute, but let me know what you think. All right, guys. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We're sending out much love to you. We're going to snap some photos and get on to working. We love you all. Hope to hear from you soon. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you enjoy chats and cute babies. All right. Love you guys. Bye.